Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a really focused look at something pretty fundamental in English conversation,
Hmm.
talking about your family.
Right. It's one of those universal topics, isn't it?
Exactly. And our source material is an episode from Chai P English, which is a show, designed for people just beginning with English.
Hmm.
So our mission, basically, in this deep dive is to pull out the core bits of their lesson. We want to see how these, well, seemingly simple phrases actually build a foundation for bigger conversations and even cultural understanding.
Yeah, it's fascinating how often family comes up when you first meet someone. I mean, think about it. It happens across so many cultures. You ask about family pretty early on.
You really do.
It just shows how central family is, to how we connect.
Absolutely. And the Tripe English creators, they point this out too. They say, look, talking about family it just happens when you meet people.
Naturally, yeah.
So getting comfortable with these basic ways to talk about it makes a lot of sense. And they illustrate this with a little dialogue, a mini skit between their hosts, Rahul and Neha. It's called Meet My Family.
And that skit is deliberately simple. That's the key, really, for teaching.
Right.
Rahul kicks it off with a super common question. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yep. And Neha says, yes, I have one younger brother. His name is Arjun, so notice younger.
Mm-hmm.
Then Rahul shares, I have an elder sister. She's a doctor. And there we get elder.
Ah, okay, younger and elder. Now, they both describe age between siblings, obviously, but elder, it can sound a bit more formal. Maybe you might hear older more often than just like everyday chat.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Subtle. But yeah, worth noting. Then Rahul talks about his parents.
Right, he says, and my father's a teacher, my mother's a homemaker.
Neha just gives a nice, simple reply. That's lovely. It's smooth. Basic info shared really efficiently. It really is. And what's neat is how much you learn from just that short chat. Siblings, jobs, family roles, all using language that's, really easy to grasp, nothing too complex.
Exactly. And that leads them right into breaking down the key phrases they used,
Yeah.
starting with the absolute basic, I have a brother or I have a sister. That simple structure.
The singular form, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first building block. Then they add the comparison part. He is younger than me, or he is elder than me.
Right, comparative adjectives. We use them constantly.
We do, like saying something's bigger or, I don't know, faster.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Then they shift to parents, giving those templates. My father is and then options like teacher, engineer, businessman.
Mm-hmm.
And same for the mother. My mother's a homemaker, doctor, teacher. It's good they offer different common roles.
Yeah, it shows how you can just slot in your own family's details. And they also cover being an only child, which is important.
Oh, definitely. They include, I don't have any brothers or sisters, and also I am the only child. Direct ways to say it.
Super useful. Then they have this practice time section.
Yes, the repetition part.
Which really hammers home how important it is to actually say these phrases out loud to, get fluent. They give sentences like, I have one brother.
I have two sisters.
My father is a farmer.
My mother's a teacher.
Even broader ones like, I have a big family.
And again, I am the only child.
And what's really interesting there, thinking about language learning, is just the sheer power of repeating things.
Totally. Saying those simple sentences over and over helps learners sort of absorb these common word groups, chunks, we sometimes call them.
Right, chunks.
And that's how you move from thinking about every single word to just speaking more automatically.
Yeah.
It's about training your mouth, not just your brain.
Exactly, from knowing it to actually doing it. And they wrap up with a conversation challenge.
The practical application bit.
Yeah. The task is, tell someone about your family in 3 simple sentences.
And they give an example. I have 2 sisters. My father is a businessman. My mother is a homemaker.
A perfect little summary using those building blocks we talked about.
It really is. What do you think makes that kind of challenge work well for learners?
Well, I think it's the simplicity. 3 sentences, that feels doable, even if you're just starting. It's not scary.
Mm-hmm. Manageable.
Yeah, and it pushes you to actually use the stuff you just learned, even if it's just planning it in your head.
Definitely encourages active use. And, while the episode doesn't explicitly say, this is the cultural norm, the fact they focus on family intros like this, it does sort of hint at how important family background can be in many places when you're getting to know someone, building that connection.
That's a really insightful point. Subtle, But yeah, the fact that Chai Pet English spends a whole segment on this suggests that, well, talking about family is often a key part of those first interactions. In English-speaking contexts, sure, but probably lots of others too, even if the details change.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, what are the main takeaways for you, the listener, from looking at this beginner lesson?
I think the real nugget here is seeing how these fundamental, pretty straightforward phrases about family, siblings, parents, what they do, how they really form an essential starting point.
Yeah, the basics.
Getting those down builds confidence for what's often a very common, very early conversation you might have.
And it's crucial to remember it's a process. Like Rahul and Neha say, it's okay to make mistakes. So maybe think about your own family right now. How would you use these simple sentences?
Yeah, who are the main people? What basic info pops into your head?
Just try mapping those simple structures onto your own situation.
And this kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Beyond just the facts like how many brothers or what a parent does for work, what could you maybe guess about someone from how they talk about their family?
Oh, interesting. Like what they choose to mention.
Exactly. What do they emphasize? Which relationships seem important to them? It's more than just the vocabulary, isn't it? It touches on